we are recording again. Welcome back to the Alexandrian Codex as I reset my alarm. I'm Alex. This is Knights of the Old Republic. And we about to get some shit. Oh, I could have exploded this terminal. I am a forgetful boy. Whoops. And you know, I made such a point of turning Bastila onto support mode, but I didn't do it for T3 here. Yeah, good.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, it's nice to have a Jedi. it's like playing through with a party of rogues and rangers and finally getting somebody with spells in the party. Like, finally getting a bard and a paladin? Paladin wizard, depending on how they're built. She's more wizard than paladin. But, Jesus, it makes such a difference. No, she's kind of cleric-y, too. No, paladin, then, yeah. It's a world of difference between, like, well, I guess we have to use medkits or potions, and just like, nah, I got it. Slice, look at these cameras. Whole bunch of boys, can't do anything. Second room of boys, overload that. No more boys. Excellent. Can't overload that, because I'm in there. Medical, nope. Control center, nope. Elevator. Open the elevator. And disable that droid shield, otherwise I am fucked. That looked agonizing. Armory... No, nothing. Who would win, 10 metal boys or 1 slicey boy? 1 slicey boy every time, provided I have enough computer spikes. So, I'm not going to take the turrets offline. I'm not going to take the droids offline, because that's a total of 8 spikes. Instead, I'm going to hack security droid target filtering, so they start shooting each other.
What?
It's the most beautiful sound in the world. Combat when you're not in the ring. Free XP. Slicey Boy is a great piece of chainmail. I don't know. I'd be a little intimidated. Do I hear shooting coming from here? No. Maybe? But just give it a minute. Oh, hey, we leveled up. Hey, here's some awareness and treat entry. Give me disabled droid, yeah. And you, my droid friend, security, computer use, repair. Get aware. Dope.
I'm here.
I'm so bad at combat. Holy shit. So Corey, I know you haven't seen this. Look at this build. In D&D, this is a terrible build. Strength +0, Dex +0, Con +0, Wisdom +0, Intelligence +2, Charisma +4. This... For some reason, I thought you got attribute points a lot more consistently. And I'm like, nah, you know, once I start getting good equipment, that'll help me just ignore how bad this build is. But Jesus, we suck. I can't hit anything. 5 out of 6 rolls are a miss. This game isn't that hard, but I'm just making a poor show of it. Hey, I hit! Yeah, you did. You would have to have Bastila at this point. I'm level 7. This is near the end of Terrace, of the first planet. I was building high charisma because, you know, it's a BioWare game, so the player character is the only one who can ever make persuasion checks. So I'm like, well, okay, clearly that's the highest priority, and then intelligence because I need skills to hack stuff. But it's been like 1 million years. Yeah, I know, right? It's been... What year is it? 2018? Been at least 7 or 8 years since I played this. Slice it. No, I'm the wrong person to slice it. Damn it. Should have been the robot. Now I have to slice it again. So every time you slice into something, it costs you... I'm beginning to think this was a mistake and we're not getting any new options. It's dawning on me that this was a mistake and it's not giving me any new options. Alright.
Yes?
Heal me. There's mods for Knights of the Old Republic that let you play as a Jedi from the beginning of the game because multi-classing sucks when it isn't done intentionally, and this game really blindsides you. You start out with one class, you know, for example, I am a scoundrel, but the game doesn't convey how that synergizes or doesn't synergize with later Jedi classes that you become. So there's understandably some frustration later down the line when you're like, yeah, but I just want to be a level 30 Jedi, not whatever the fuck I am. Hey there, human, remember me? You helped me out once before when the Sith were trying to arrest me outside your apartment. Do you remember? Right, I remember you. I'm in need of your help once again. The Sith are going to execute me for removing the Sith corpse from your apartment complex. Please help me get out of this cage. What's in it for me? I have nothing to offer you other than my gratitude. Please have pity on me. How do I get you out? Panels on the wall. It's a puzzle. If you turn these all red, he dies. If you turn them all green, he lives. So, do that. You do that. Hold on. This is how you kill him, not how you save him. I'm a bad man. My muscle memory remembered the way to kill him, not the way to save him. Then, bam. You don't want to Han Solo the game? Nah. Wait. Fuck. So I just skipped through what they were saying because they're like, I know what I'm talking about, and I killed him. How long ago was that quick save? Okay, not that long ago. We'll come back and do that in a second. That's embarrassing. I'm not literate. Okay. I thought you turned them green because, like, green equals good, right? No, green equals bad. You want it to be red. You want to turn it off. Red is off, but red is also evil, so thank you, human. Yeah, white side points game. Yep, you're welcome. I love how I'm like, of course I know how to solve this puzzle. This is so easy, and then immediately fuck it up, do the exact opposite thing. Hubris. Couldn't type fast enough. Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. That's why quick saves and auto saves are a thing, because sometimes we make really stupid, obvious mistakes. But, you know, it was all 2 minutes of progress. Okay, and this time we'll save on computer spikes, because I won't hack this terminal twice in a row on accident. He's free, but it didn't give us anything. Alright, let's just, yeah, you get better at all the things you're already good at. Dope, delightful, cute droid. You be better, Jedi. So aware, yes, powerful, kill droids. Except, great, beautiful.
What can I do? What?
And away we go. What the hell is she using that it's immune to? She's probably using stun. It's beginning to dawn on me that the AI is bad. That the AI is trying to use the human stun on droid things and isn't using the droid stun ability on the droids. Because That droid should not have been immune to Jack. Unless she tried to like force choke it or something. I don't fucking understand. Later games got much better at this. Right, so no more shields. Just no. Stasis. She's doing stasis. Nah. Yeah, I played the second one, and I plan to play the second one after I'm done with this series, or after I'm done running this. Shield Disruptor, I think, damages it more because it's ion damage. I kind of like the second one more in many ways. Oh, this is way weaker than I thought it was, and it's dead. Okay, yep, I really overestimated that. I've even played The Old Republic, like the MMO. It's okay. It's not at all the same thing, and it's kind of sad and disappointing. There's a transformer I could have activated in here. Well, that's okay. Fucking robots in disguise. We go into that elevator to hit the top floor so we can go get the access codes that we're actually here for, but this is a dungeon crawl, my dude. You don't go the way you're supposed to go. You go in every other direction. Yeah, it was okay for an MMO when it came out. Like, it just made me wish it was Star Wars Galaxies, which felt way more okay. Alright, we're gonna back away. Baswa, don't. Clearly the right way to interact with monsters is to just run through it. I thought Galaxies was a much better game, and it felt like a much more involved, immersive world. It felt a lot more like Star Wars to me. But eventually, MMOs switched over to being very linear and very story-driven, and not really embracing the massive multiplayer aspect of the title. It just happening to be multiplayer, but all the quests you do are just solo quests, and everybody does the exact same quest. It was okay, but it felt like a single-player game forced to be an MMO, or an MMO forced to act like it was still a single-player game to appease the fans, and it didn't read well for me. I mean, granted, I'm somewhat a hypocrite because I've been playing a shit ton of Star Trek Online, but, like, I don't even claim Star Trek Online is good. I just like it. I would really like a new MMO or a new online game to come around and catch me. It just hasn't happened yet. I know quite a few people were ranting and raving about Ark when that was new, but I feel like I really missed the bus there.
You're so full.
Yeah, the stories for classes were really good. The multiplayer, the PvP was terrible for the... God damn it, I can't even do it. The Old Republic. Oh, Ark was fucking amazing. Yeah, it was. That's what I hear from people who play it or used to play it. And like, well, it was good. Like, was, huh? It seems like their business practices might not have been the most ideal. Which is unfortunate, but I guess understandable. Their business model seemed kind of all over the place. Now, I was talking about wanting to get implants so I can put in free implants. Yeah. Dueling would also be very good. Alright, so this would give us an additional +1 to attack and defense. Whereas this would give me access to an implant that gives me 1 dexterity. 1 dexterity is not equal to 1 attack and 1 defense. With what I'm using, it's actually less. So, improved dueling is better for me to get right here. I could get this, but this is actually worse than dueling. I could get this, which is good for us, but not in a combat sense. I could get improved armor, but I'm never going to use that later on in the game, so it's a bad feat to pick up. I could get toughness, which is good, but I think I'm gonna go for dueling. I'd rather get hit less than be able to be hit more. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. The excitement of like, oh my god, so fucking cool to have a dinosaur thing going away kind of quickly, which is sad. I'm hoping that doesn't go away with the new Jurassic Park game coming out, or Jurassic World, I guess the intellectual property is called now. I'm very excited for it. Best of luck. Don't. Night. Okay, you do this.
Yes.
No, T3, you have a gun. You have a fucking gun. Piece of shit little droid. Why the hell did you?
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm feeling really burnt out on a lot of games that I've spent hundreds or thousands of hours on, which is sad. Paradox titles have been like my bread and butter, or meat and potatoes, or whatever expression you want to use. But they've gotten very repetitive, and the DLC is just like, oh hey, another thing that doesn't really substantially change things, but just adds on it in a sequential way. Like, I'm no longer excited by this, so I can understand playing Ark and be like, another dinosaur. Boy oh boy. I feel like a lot of game development business models aren't really angled towards innovation so much as they are trying to create and maintain steady profits or sustainable profits. That's why games as a service is increasingly a thing, and it's sad and kind of gross. I would like people just to be able to make good, interesting, exciting games and be able to make enough money off of that to make more. But game development market is pretty goddamn saturated right now. And it's fair, you gotta make money how you make money. You gotta stay in business. But
you will pay for interrupting my wait.
I like innovation. I like interesting stuff. I don't like Mass Effect turning into a first-person shooter, turning into a bad first-person shooter, and then being abandoned for a Destiny clone, or etc., etc. I like when different studios did different things instead of trying to copy successes of each other, and in so doing, creating a very bland middle ground that everybody seems to be in. Studios don't seem to specialize as much as they used to. They still specialize to a great deal, but I don't know. Maybe it was because I just didn't understand nuances of the industry when I was younger. Force Adept would be found on this insignificant planet. I mean, Force Adepts, aren't they like 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 10,000 or like a fairly small number in the Star Wars universe? So chances are pretty good if this is a city planet. We probably have billions of people here, but whatever. Turn away from the dark side. You must be brought to judgment. Yeah, judgment.
You are a fool. This is a new age. The Sith shall
be need a million viewers for that opinion. Now. Yeah, I know, right?
We are the new order of the galaxy. This meeting is a stroke of luck for me. My master will surely reward me with my lightsaber.
Yeah, I was just talking with Cora about that last night. Buying a console because you want a game on it, not the console. Like, I was complaining, like, I really want to play the new God of War, but I have no desire to spend hundreds of dollars to play the new God of War. And she's been talking about wanting to play Breath of the Wild. But again, the idea of spending hundreds of dollars just to make one game experience happen.
You cannot win.
It's not something I'm excited about. I'm just playing basketball now, I guess. is not ending well. Yo, T3, you got some stun rays, right, my dude? Does not seem to be working. Great. That was a 33. That wasn't bad. I'm dead. I'm dead. He's stunned. My God, it worked. T3, you beautiful bastard. Just keep doing what you're doing.
I'm here.
Just... Ah, damn it. I haven't played a new Pokemon game in 5 ever. Alright. Alright, little guy. This isn't gonna work, but... It isn't working at all. Alright. Alright. I should have prepared more for that and paid more attention than I was doing. Alright. Sith base. Skynut's dead. I'm gonna enjoy killing you. Okay. Dark side point. Get. Yeah. Stun, 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 stun. You. Stun? Shock? Force push? Throw lightsaber? Stun? Yeah, stun, probably. And you just try not to die. Just keep hitting him with those saves. One of these days, he's gonna fail one of them. One of these days, Alice. Okay. Now you actually do have to do that. Just keep stun away, my little guy.
What can I do?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's not gonna do anything. Fuck you and your life drain. Can you heal? No, you can't.
I'm here.
I forgot how annoying life drain is. Hey, it worked. Ah. That was annoying. I'm hating my character build. I'm enjoying it because it's complicated, but goddamn. Okay, so the flavor text for Brejik's, oh no, when used in conjunction with this armband, produce an effective barrier against melee attacks. I'm gonna switch over to strength gauntlets. That won't actually get us anything because that'll give us a 13 strength, but yeah.
What can I do?
Cure us? Cure us. Right, this is the downside to using droid companions, is that they can't be healed by force powers. T3's really good at hacking shit, but also he's real good at being a real pain in the ass to heal because it costs you money to heal. Is that any good? It's not... the light battle armor. I wonder what armor proficiency that is. Medium. Okay. Okay. Mildly misleading game. Are we done in here? I'm not seeing anything to click on. I thought there was more. Oh, I found the codes on his body. Right, you don't actually have to hack a computer.
Yes?
You just have to murder a man. Old school hacking. Dope. Okay, we'll get the hell out of here, and then we're gonna go suffer through the arena and see how far I can get in that. Probably not that far, which is unfortunate because arena, the fighters arena in here is actually one of my favorite things to do on this planet, but our character's build is awful. Awful, awful, awful. And there's no respec option, and I'm certainly not re-rolling a character and running them up to this point again. I could, just not going to. Ah, man. Alright, oh god. Is it faster to walk or is it faster to...
Plague spreads through our streets.
Yeah, I should see the doctor before we get there anyway. I should go there finish as much of that arena as I can to get as much money as I can, spend that money on droid parts and computer spikes because, again, there's nowhere else in the game that we can get an infinite number of them, so it's best to convert all of our assets in items and money into droid parts now rather than later. It's not that big of a deal.
Blow it. If you'd brought that rat ghoul serum to Zax, you would have made it worth your while.
Yep, I know. I understand there are consequences for my actions.
To my medical facility.
Yes,
I even, of
yes.
course, I.
Heal me.
It will just take. Welcome to my.
It's okay. You actually have anything worthwhile on you? No. No. Okay, I thought you did. Wait, you sell more rat ghoul serum?
Of course.
Huh. Why would this be useful? I guess this is useful if you give it to him first, but then want to heal the villagers who are affected by the rat ghoul stuff. Yeah. I'm playing through this. By the time I finish this and the sequel, I'll be ready to maybe do another Mass Effect playthrough. I'm burnt out. I'm a little hurt by Mass Effect right now because I was very into Andromeda and then EA dropped it in favor of some garbage other project. I mean, the whole thing was kind of a mistake. Changing the team from the team who actually made the intellectual property popular and knew how to make it work to a bunch of folks who were technically part of the same company, but yeah, Mass Effect 1 through 3 are damn near perfect. Yeah, it's good, right? Andromeda's fine. The outrage that a lot of people were getting, like, these animations are so bad. Okay, they're not great, but like, the point of Mass Effect wasn't that it was a pretty game. Go back and play Mass Effect. Go look at it. The animations in there were not pretty. It was pretty for the time, but not really all that aesthetically pleasing. And the writing was really what it depended on. The combat mechanics sucked. The Mako going around every single fucking planet, just randomly driving around hoping you'd find something, was horrible. I didn't hate the ending. The synthesis ending. I hated the other two options for Mass Effect 3. It was okay. The revised ending, I guess, is better,
Something
but
old Daruk can do for you?
it was unpopular because
Just come to chat with a lonely old man.
in open world games, they're not open world, they're pyramid-shaped games, right? You start out at the bottom, everybody starts in the same place, and then it opens up and it lets you do a lot of things. Not, anything, but a lot of things. And then it has to wrap up at some point, so it has to close. And people are very frustrated when they go from open to closed and get the same ending or similar endings or endings that are close enough to be indistinguishable. But like, my dude, they couldn't program 1,000 different endings or 5 different endings that were significantly different on the budget they were running.
Pazak is not for everyone. It requires both nerve and skill. Perhaps you should practice before risking your credits against such a skilled player as myself. Unless you like losing.
I guess what bothered me the most about how the Mass Effect trilogy ended was you didn't get much context for what happened after, like the ramifications of your actions. In a game series that was so much about choice and the consequences of your action and your choice, their failure to really deliver on the gravity of your final actions was a bit frustrating, right? Like, okay, I saved the galaxy. Is everything going to turn out all right? Is humanity going to recover? Are all these other species going to recover? Have they gone extinct? What about the remaining cleanup effort? Like, is the intergalactic or interstellar community going to rebuild the way it was before? I'm really interested I didn't want Mass Effect Andromeda. I wanted Mass Effect 4. I wanted Mass Effect set in a now post-apocalyptic Mass Effect universe. Fuck yeah, that sounds awesome. But, yeah, you know. Yeah, yeah. Alright, let's play Pazak. I'm probably gonna lose, but I have enough money, I don't care. I just think that they trigger something if you beat him. I don't remember. Andromeda was just weird. It didn't feel like a standalone product or a standalone story. A lot of what it did borrowed heavily from the original Mass Effect series, like, they're kidnapping people and turning them into more of them. And like, oh, you mean like the Reapers did, kidnapping people and turning them into robots. No. They're not robots. They're biological constructs, and this is their form of reproduction. Oh, you mean like the things introduced in Mass Effect 2? No. Totally different. This is definitely a unique idea, and man, isn't it cool and distinct? Like, feels like a stretch to me. Okay, I can use a card to tie this up, or I can let them have one. I think I'm just gonna let them have a point. Yeah, it was fun, but it wasn't quite Mass Effect. It was... I was hoping they would depart further. I was really excited about the idea of exploring. Like, the entire point is that it's supposed to be the Pathfinder initiative. You're supposed to be exploring space. And I was hype about that, but instead it was just beat megalithic enemy using ancient technology again. And I'm like, this is... I wanted Star Trek in the fucking Mass Effect universe, is what I wanted. Wanted to go seek out new life, new civilization, etc., etc. We lose! Oh my god. No. We're doing this again. Which is probably the appeal of playing Star Trek Online for me. It doesn't scratch that itch at all. There's like zero exploration. It's all pretty linear stories with minimal... Star Trek Online might as well not be an online game. The only online part are like cooperative player versus enemy fights. There's PvP, but in the years I've played it, I've never touched it. It's very exploitive profit model too, but I just can't bring myself to care about it. The Temerians aren't in it. I would love to be able to have a character who's like you know, Tembo with his arms wide, or Shaka when the walls fell, or etc., etc., etc. God, I want to say that sounds like a really fun character to play in a tabletop game, but also it sounds horrible to play. Like, alright, I can only speak using analogies. That would be a really interesting restriction, actually, if a player could only speak using analogies, but they could be, like, real-world analogies. They didn't have to be in canon. Especially if you gave that character, like, foresight into events yet to come, just to really frustrate them with how important it was that they're trying to communicate something, but not being able to do it clearly and concisely. Kind of like charades, but with, analogies instead. I don't know. Seems like it would be fun in short bursts, but doing that for a prolonged campaign would be draining, to put it nicely. Alright, let's save. I'm gonna get my ass kicked here. Hello, yes, I'm ready for a duel. Yeah, they're dunking pretty well. I think you're ready to fight. Gerlon Two-Finger! Just remember, Gerlon uses blasters in the ring sometimes. You ready to step into the arena? Let's do it!
Ladies and gentlemen, draw your eyes to the center ring.
There's a race that does that in 5e? What?
In store for you.
What? What race?
One of the greats, a man so tough, even a disfiguring injury couldn't end his career. I give you Gerlon Two-Fingers.
Oh, he said 2 fingers. There. Half the time when he says girl on 2 fingers, he says girl on 2 finger. 2 finger.
No past and
And
no
no
name.
name.
The mysterious stranger.
I haven't kept up with 5e supplements for quite some time. Since I ran my last 5e campaign like 2 years ago? Which is kind of sad, but this isn't gonna end well. Up. Maybe it is. Gerlon's worse than I am. I haven't even been hit yet. Suck it, Gerlon! Wizard race that kind of speaks and smells. Ah!
Over! The mysterious stranger has won!
That seems...
Gerlon losing to a rookie. Is this a sign that his injuries have finally caught
That
up
seems
with him?
really
Or is
similar
the
to something
mysterious stranger for real? Only time will
Jesse Cox
tell.
came up with for a species of wizard people for Nebula Jazz when they were playing that on Hit Me JP's channel. Communicating via smells or hormones. I don't know. Might just be coincidence. That'd be cool. Oh fuck, I just auto-loaded. No! F5 should be quick save, not... Yo, hey, so let's go fight Gerlon again. Because...
Ladies, in this corner, one of the greats, a man so tough, even a disfiguring injury couldn't end his career.
Wah, wah, wah. In my experience, F5 is how you quick save, but that might not be true for conventions anymore. I'm doing a lot better job at kicking Gerlon's ass this time.
It's over.
D&D is interesting in that it tries to have characters or species with interesting methods of communication. Okay, F4, saving. There we go. But it can be really difficult for players when it just like explains they communicate with smells or only using sounds that they've heard, but not providing more of a framework to help roleplay or act out those characters. It leaves a lot up to the imagination,
Ladies and
but
gentlemen,
can also be a little
draw your
overwhelming
eyes to the center
for
ring. We have a very special presentation
ambitious
in store for you.
new players who are like, oh yeah, I want to play a Kenku, that sounds like fun, and then 3 hours into playing this bird that can only make sounds it's heard before, they're losing their fucking mind.
You know her. You love her. Ice. And in the other corner,
Why do I always start out facing the left? What's up with this? Oh god, my shirt's fading into the darkness here. Yeah, I'm always starting out looking over here. I think Ice is gonna beat us. Maybe. I like taking that smell communication to an extreme. Just the idea of playing like a perfume dispensing robot in a science fiction setting. And it just desperately tries to communicate complex ideas using combinations of different perfumes.
Ice is knocked out cold. Looks like we have a rising star in the mysterious stranger, folks. But how high can this star...
That's a thing you get in fantasy and sci-fi a lot, like weird ways of communicating. But communication by smell would actually be really inefficient. Really, really, really inefficient, because you can't yell with smell. And you can't whisper with smell. So you can't keep secrets, and you can't warn somebody half a field away about the T-Rex about to eat them, or the mammoth about to storm through, or the saber-toothed tiger hiding right behind them. You just kind of have to go, Jim's dead. I can't do anything about it. But for, you know, once you start getting a crowd of people too, all the smells start intermingling, and it'd be really hard to concentrate. It's really interesting too. Isaac Arthur has a great YouTube channel, a lot of science fiction tropes, science ideas, high science concepts, megastructures, Fermi paradox, all kinds of very interesting stuff. He did an episode, and it's been quite some time, on aliens' methods of communications and how we might expect them to go. And he busts a lot of things that we use in tropes a lot just because they're not energy efficient. Yeah, I'm ready for a duel. Time to fight Marl. Marl, I think we can beat.
Ladies and gentlemen,
See, I was really cautious, like, oh, we can't beat any of them, but we just kicked their asses pretty handily, so...
in store for you. He's a legend in the sport, a 20-year veteran who still knows how to show the young kids a trick or two. Let's have a big hand for...
fuck. That book I talked about, Blind Sight, Blind Sense, oh god, Fireflies, oh Google, alright, this is worth the aside, Blind Sight, Peter Watts, yeah, Blind Sight by Peter Watts. Here, let's just, go ahead, get this up in here. I wholly recommend reading this. It's a pretty short read, but it's really fucking good. Good. There's nothing too spoilery in here. Peter Watts is a marine biologist, so his science fiction is really, really heavily rooted in that tradition. He has a really interesting, almost labyrinthian mind, the way he thinks about things. The novel explores questions of identity, consciousness, free will, artificial intelligence, neurology, game theory, evolution, biology. It's so fucking good. The aliens are incredibly alien. Yeah. Would highly recommend. It's real short. Yeah, 384 pages. Not long at all. So hey, watching this on YouTube, go find it. It's free on his website. It's free. Go read it. Or buy it if you want to. Or visit your local library, because that's a thing apparently people still do. Cora goes to the library all the time. Seattle has a really great library system that I just don't take advantage of. We're dead. Dead. Oh. I think Marl is going to beat me here. It's down to the wire. Fuck, we're gonna die. Oh my god, we didn't die.
It's over! The fight is over! The mysterious stranger has won! Marl is down, and questions abound. Is this the end for the long-time bet? Is it
I don't think I'm gonna be able to Twitch.
hang up his spurs? And what of the mysterious stranger? Twitch is waiting in the wings. Do you dare take a shot at the champion himself? Will the wild-eyed
must have been jokes about,
finally be unseated?
you know, game, Twitch, and thing platform I'm streaming on before. I'm sure someone's made good jokes about that. Wordplay about that? I don't know. So, we're gonna die here.
What can I do?
Because Twitch uses grenades and two guns and does a lot of damage all at once. I'm gonna save. I've learned some Twitch language. This is not a bad thing, my man. You get with the youth. If I could fight people like you, mysterious stranger, they bet a lot when you fight. It makes me happy. I'm rich. I always pay my debts. Once you get paid 10% of the purse. That was the deal. Here's your credits. Come see me when you're ready to fight again. 400. 400. Okay. I'm gonna die. How long do I have? Oh, I still have like 15 minutes left to this hour. Dope. Yeah, let's go. Let's fight Twitch. You can't fight Twitch. Twitch chat always wins.
Draw your eyes to the center ring. We have a very special presentation in store for you. Hold on to your
seats. There's some very good Twitch streamers out there who are older than we are, Corey. Substantially older than we are. But you are right in saying that the majority are not older than we are. I feel like different presentation styles and stream styles lend themselves to different audiences.
For the title of Tara's dueling champion, the mysterious stranger.
And as easy as it is for someone like myself to deride certain media styles or performance styles that I don't like is lowbrow or low culture or deplorable in some way, that sort of criticism has been raised about alternative media for as long as we've been writing. Old people have always been bitchy about new people and their newfound music or newfangled poetry methods, or talking about lowbrow books and that only rich people should be able to read and write books. It's not always about being better, that helps, but some really successful Twitch streamers, Northernlion, for example, you know, they're pretty competent. Not in any way the best at what he does for anything. It's just very likable, very affable, generally kind Canadian, with some very weird opinions on food and other stuff. Yeah, we died. There's a market, there's a niche out there. You just gotta find it.
Wild-eyed champion has defended his title, but don't...
I mean, there are Twitch channels, IRL channels out there. They're just people fucking wandering around and dicking around all day, which is fine. God knows I did that when I was a teenager, like, for years. I'm probably just jealous I didn't get paid to do it. Man, there are far worse things than being Canadian. Look at this guy with his free healthcare and his state that cares about the citizen. What a joke. Alright. Yeah. I was intentionally steering away from talking about people who I think do inherently unethical things or treat their communities intentionally exploitatively, or stream inappropriate content, or have dangerous political or social beliefs or platforms. I was intentionally being vague and just kind of saying nice platitudes, but yeah, you're right. Really, it is interesting. And I harp on about this, and I've been harping on about this since like fucking 2008. This is a fascinating time period that we're living in. A really cool epoch for human beings. There, we just beat the hell out of Twitch. In that so many people have access to so many other people, so many different forms of communication and information, that the ability to produce media is cheaper and easier in so many ways. The expertise and ceiling on what's possible just keeps going up and up and up and up. But that also means our expectations of bare minimum has also been going up. But generally, I'm fairly optimistic. No. Cora, he was specifically referring to,
Yes?
or I think he was specifically referring to one channel, not the concept of video blogs in general. Oh, no, I guess he was. I thought Corey was talking about one particular channel, which I find deplorable. No, some vlogs can be okay, but they need to be articulate, well-spoken, intelligent people who can educate me on a subject for me to even be vaguely interested. So hey, we're done with the arena. And I know I've been doing a lot of talking about anything but the game, but that's it. I can only talk about how we're not that good at the arena so many times. Now we're done with that, we can get into a deathmatch. Yeah, you're on. Yeah, let's go kill Bendak. Turn in that bounty. Basically, I'm just re-rolling the combat over and over at this point. I could go out and buy medkits and buy other things, but I don't wanna. Wait, what? Oh, I have to leave and come back. Yeah, let's go talk to Canderous and then come back up here, I guess. Well, my chat's kind of non-existent for this game. This is not a popular game, given that it's like 16 years old. 13 years old? How old is this? Old game, right? The nostalgia games I've been streaming are mostly just for YouTube. Because, I could be streaming more popular titles, and I do sometimes, but I've been very lazy man lately. And increasingly with newer games, I just turn to complaining about the game way faster than I should. Hey man, I'd be willing to play Fortnite, but also, like, I'm sure I'd be terrible at it at first. You'll make millions of cents if I'm lucky. Yeah. Maybe. I also was, yeah, I've considered it. But considered it kind of loosely and non-committally. If I had people to play with, I'd be more inclined. But, time zones is a bitch. It can be really hard to organize with people who are even an hour away from you, let alone 2 hours or more. Yes. I've been fucking dying for the better part of this month waiting for the latest Jurassic Park Manager game to come out, Jurassic World Evolution, I think it's called. I mean, that's also what the movie is called. It's really dumb. They're called similar things, and I can't remember which is which. But I cannot wait for that.
I figured you'd be back. Neither of us is getting off this now.
Yeah, okay. I have a few things to take care of first.
Fair enough, but don't take too long. As soon as...
Jesus. Alright. Ready to go to Davik's estate? I almost am, man, but now I have to run back to the upper city now that the game knows I'm done with that quest, because it's finally time for me to be able to do Pendak Starkiller, and I'm just gonna get torn up. It would be wise of me to pick up healing. Yeah, let's prep for this like I'm actually playing the game and just... Because the mechanics of Dungeons and Dragons boil down to roll a dice and luck will sort it out good 70% of the time if you succeed or fail. Even if you have a bad build, if you roll really well, you can beat someone who's a lot stronger than you just on sheer luck. Which is how we've been going through the arena so far. But I also know it's not interesting and there's no nuance to doing it that way, so let's hedge our bets. Let's buy some healing stuff, let's buy some combat buffs, maybe even buy a grenade or two, and try to be a bit more proactive about this. I don't know if I'd be any good at it. The art style actually, like, hurts my brain a little bit. I don't know why. I generally really like cell shading, but something about it just confuses my brain. Okay, this gives us strength, which is quite nice. So each of these lasts for 120 seconds. 2 minutes is way longer than we'll be in combat. So let's buy 1 stamina, 1 strength, 1 alacrity. This will make us harder to hit, faster to move, so we'll be able to close the distance between them and us before they shoot us. This will give us more HP. This will give us more damage. This will get us less likely to be hit. So that's all in all quite good. Let's buy 2, 3, 4, 5, just all of those, just to be really sure I'm not buying those frag grenades. If I'm buying any grenades, it's going to be a concussion grenade, or I'm not going to do a grenade. It's more time at range where I'm not doing any damage. It's WoW with guns? Kind of. It's more cel-shaded than WoW from what I've seen. Really the only game I've seen that's as cel-shaded, and I'm not using cel-shaded as a bad thing, it can be quite pretty, but it's just weird juxtaposition of...
Hey,
like, really cartoonish appearance, really graphic subject matter, right? It's PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and a lot of the older arena... God, I don't even know what they're called. I forget the genre term. They're gritty and dark because it's like 100 people dropped in and then murdering each other until only one person is left. That's kind of inherently Hunger Games-y, dark, dystopian game experience, right? But then you take that dystopian battle royale, thank you, and you take that dystopian concept and you mix it in with like bright, shiny, flashy stuff that's like very eye-catching and very advertised, agency designed looking, that is like really appealing to a young demographic and really appealing to a broad demographic, and just trying to be as much like candy or soda or cartoons as possible in the way that it's very visually tantalizing and enrapturing. And, you know, video games aren't related to violence in any way. Studies have proven that. In fact, they've proven that video games might actually decrease the likelihood of somebody engaging in violent behavior. But, like, it's strange and disarming. It's not bad, it just makes me slightly uneasy. We're buying that hyperstim because I fucking need it, and the rest of this can stay. Yeah, I don't mind it making money. I like battle royales way more than I like MOBAs. Way more. MOBAs are... Jesus. I've had so many friends pour hundreds and thousands of hours into League or Dota, just taking it way too seriously and it not being fun at all anymore, and just... The only MOBA I will play is Smite, and I will not take it that seriously. Alright, yeah. Let's get on with the match. I'm not ready yet, because I have to save. Quickly now. Oh, we have 110, 109, 108, 107, 106, 105, 104, 103, 102, 101, 100, 99, shut up, 98, shut up, 96, come on, 95, 94, 93, you son of a bitch game, 92, 91, 90, 89, 88, 87, 86, 85, 84, 83, 82. We have about a minute. Alright, I'll stop counting, but... yeah. No, Battle Royale streamers are a lot more fun for someone who isn't knowledgeable about the game in particular to watch than it is to watch somebody play a MOBA. If you don't have a lot of insider knowledge, right? MOBA is a lot of inside baseball for it to be interesting. MOBAs are, or StarCraft 2 or something like that. But Battle Royale is pretty straightforward. Get gun, shoot people, run around, hide, build stuff. Much easier than, oh man, look at his build. He's got Talon of whoever and Aegis of blah, and this person took this route through the jungle. Like, it's not fun or interesting at all. Like, it is to you if you know it and if you play the game, but it's not. That went really well, by the way. This arena bit went really well, way better than I expected it to. Yeah. Have a good night, Corey. I will be back in your part of the country soon.
What
Have a
can I
good
do?
night.
I'm here.
Battle royales are quite cool that way, in that gaming, the gaming industry has been struggling for a long time, obviously, about how to reach out to larger audiences, get more people involved. Esports in general have had a lot of stumbling blocks. StarCraft 2 is really high up there, obviously, but that's still pretty insider baseball-y, and Dota and League and etc, etc, etc. They're cool if you know about the game, if you've played the game or you've done the research, but they're not intuitive. Like, baseball is kind of intuitive. Guy goes up, guy hits ball, guy goes around the base. Football, really intuitive. That ball needs to go to that end of the field. Now the nuances of like how many points you get for X, Y, or Z, not so clear.
This is great.
But
You beat Bendick. You're a legend.
yeah,
Whenever anyone
Overwatch,
asks,
exactly.
I can say I was...
Games like first-person
I don't think
shooters
you-
or third-person shooters or battle
Well,
royales or
first,
things
it
like
was
that,
This game.
they're more intuitive for people. That's why Battlefield and Call of Duty sell so well. And I understand it is somebody deeply immersed in a gaming culture, it can become very easy to become biased and uptight and prickly about, well, that's not a real game, or like, it's so dumbed down, but it's about people having fun. Games are about, they're a means of communication. You're trying to reach people. If certain ways are more effective at reaching people, oh shit, use them. Hopefully don't do it in an exploitive way, but we are just about at the hour mark again, but I'm not going to cut this until we've turned in our bounty and we're about to talk to Candace, because that'll make a pretty good transition. I think games are not about having fun. Games are about being good, and they're about winning. Yeah, that's part of game culture too, right? And loot boxes, hell yeah. Winning, loot boxes, and making money, being famous, and being better than everyone else. That's what games are about. Not having fun, not talking about the human condition through a unique medium. They're not about bringing us together and making us better as a species. No. Inherently, all art is about trying to reach out to other human beings across space and across time to share ideas and emotions and feelings, concepts, which can be quite beautiful. It can be quite destructive as well, obviously, full of vitriol and hate on occasion, but we gotta, I don't know, it's very easy, at least for Americans, to get wrapped up in exceptionalism, thinking that certain things are exceptions to rules or exceptions to the genre, thinking that we are an exception to the world, for example, which is what American exceptionalism means. Loosely, that's not exactly what it means. Don't cite Wikipedia at me. I want to click on Bendak. Give me more. Thank you. Goodbye. Take that sweet, sweet cash. Yeah, capitalism really destroys art, but capitalism also funds art in a lot of different ways. Anyway, next time on Marxist dialogues about game culture and art, narrated over several teen-year-old game. How old is this game, so I can actually keep saying it correctly? Knights of the Old Republic 0? What? Oh, it was a book series. Shit, that's right. This one. 2003, a 15-year-old game. Yeah, next time on Weird Pseudo-Marxist Dialogues over a 15-year-old game, we are going to deal with Davik and the Exchange. We're going to get the Evan Hawk. We're going to get the fuck off of Tutorial Planet. I'm excited. But, hey, if you're watching on YouTube, toodles. Stop by next time. Make sure to comment, share, like, subscribe, all that silly bullshit. Till then, toodaloo. Take care. Bye.